Physics Blender. I love 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 Physics Blender. Subscribe for more videos.
Hello everyone, welcome to Physics Blender e-learning platform. Today we are checking your answers. You have homework about reflection of light, paper 3 core candidates. Okay, we are checking question 4. Here we are discussing a periscope, which is an optical instrument containing two mirrors. They are parallel to each other. You have here the incident light ray, and this light ray is reflected twice at mirror A and at mirror B. So here the observer can see the image of the object. You have here an object, okay, but you are not looking directly at the object, okay. I will show you now. We will discuss what are the uses of this periscope. Number one, use the letter I to indicate clearly the angle of incidence of the ray striking mirror A. So now the angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and the normal. So you have to mark clearly here letter I. Okay, so letter I here, letter I here is the angle of incidence. Use the letter R to indicate clearly the angle of reflection of the ray leaving mirror A. Please pay attention here because we have two mirrors. So the question is asking you about mirror A. Okay, so letter R. So this will be the angle of reflection of the reflected ray leaving mirror A. Okay. Now write down the equation links I and R. So you have to write that the angle of incidence should be equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, so write down the equation. Suggest a use for periscope. Why we are using periscope? You have here observer and you have here the object. This could be used in submarines. Okay, so the observer will be able to see the surroundings without looking at the surface of the water, for example. Okay, so the observer will not will see the image here, okay, but the object is not in the same level. The object here at the surface of water, for example, and he can see the image of this object. Okay, so we can write down here the use of periscope. Enable an observer to see his surroundings. You can write it's used in submarines. To observe what's happening on the surface of water, on the water surface. Okay. State what happens if mirror B is rotated through a small angle. If mirror B is rotated at small angle, the observer will not see the image, simply because it works if the two mirrors are parallel to each other. So here what happens if mirror B is rotated, the observer will not see the image. Okay guys, okay, let's move to question 5. We have here a light ray AB is striking a plane mirror at an angle of incidence 40. State the value of the angle of reflection. According to the law of reflection, it will be also 40. Okay. The mirror here has been rotated by 10 degrees from its position, the first position here. So AB has remained unchanged. So the incident ray here, the incident ray is unchanged. But here, if you look at the position of the mirror, it's rotated by angle 10. Rotated by angle 10. Okay. I want you to imagine that the normal will be rotated by the same angle. You have here the first position and you have the normal. Okay. So if the mirror is rotated, so also the normal will be rotated by the same angle. Okay guys, so if you draw here the new normal line, it will be perpendicular to the mirror in its new position after rotation. So this will be the normal. Okay, so you can guess that this angle is also 10. Okay guys, now use a straight edge to draw the reflected ray on figure 6.2, not figure 6.1, no, 6.2. Now the reflected ray should obey the law of reflection. The new angle of incidence now is 50. So the new reflected ray, the angle of reflection should be also 50. Here no need to use the protractor, just to draw the reflected ray more than 40, whatever the value is. But here we can consider it like this. Okay, so this will be the reflected ray. Okay, you know that the new angle of reflection, is 50. So the next part of the question is asking you state the value of the angle between the reflected ray, this is the reflected ray in its new position, okay, and the line BC, which is the old normal. So this angle is 60. The angle between the new reflected ray and BC is 60. Through how many degrees does the reflected ray rotate when the mirror rotates through 10? Okay, we have here a concept or a rule you have to follow, that when a plane mirror is rotated by an angle theta, so the reflected ray rotated by double theta. Okay, it has a long proof, but now quickly we will check that the angle between the new reflected ray and BC, it was 60. Okay, and the old angle of reflection, it was 40. Okay, so now the difference is 20, which is double the angle of rotation. So this is theta, for example, it's 10, so the reflected ray will be rotated by an angle double theta, which is 20. Okay guys, an object of height 2 centimeters is placed 5 centimeter in front of a plane mirror. State the height of the image. Since the image same size as the object, so it will keep the same height. So the height will be the same, 2 centimeters. The distance between the object and the image. So if you have here object at distance from the mirror 5 centimeters, the image will be at equal distance behind the mirror, so the distance between object and image will be 10 centimeters. Okay, we will write it here, 10 centimeters.
Subscribe for more videos. I love physics splendor. I love physics splendor. I love physics splendor. I love physics splendor. I love physics splendor.